On December 18th, 2022, the entire world stopped to watch a single football match. And by the end of it, almost everyone agreed they had just witnessed the greatest World Cup final ever played. It had everything: a living legend chasing his final dream, a young superstar trying to steal his crown, and a comeback so insane it didn't feel real. This is the story of Argentina versus France, the night football reached its peak. To understand why it mattered so much, you have to understand one man, Lionel Messi. For most fans, Messi is the greatest to ever play the game. He had won everything, except the one trophy that defines football immortality, the World Cup. This was his last dance. At 35 years old, it was his final chance ever to lift the only prize that had escaped him for his entire career. All of Argentina and most of the planet held its breath. And for the first half, it was a perfect dream. Argentina were untouchable. Messi calmly slotted home a penalty. Then Angel Di Maria finished off a beautiful team goal, 2-0. France hadn't even shown up. With 10 minutes to go, the cup already had Argentina's name on it. But across the pitch stood the one man who could ruin everything, Kylian Mbappe, France's 23-year-old phenomenon and the heir to Messi's throne. For 80 minutes, he had been invisible. And then, in the space of 97 seconds, he set the entire final on fire. First, a penalty, smashed straight down the middle, 2-1, game on. And then, before Argentina could even breathe, Mbappe struck again. A stunning volley out of absolutely nowhere, 2-2. In barely a minute and a half, he had ripped the trophy out of Argentina's hands. The stadium simply could not believe it. So the greatest game went to extra time, and the two giants kept trading blows. Messi, of course, he pounced on a loose ball and forced it over the line. 3-2 Argentina. Surely, now it was finally his. But this final refused to end. Another handball, another French penalty, and Mbappe, ice cold, hammered it in once more. 3-3. A hat trick in a World Cup final, the first one in over 50 years. Mbappe had almost single-handedly dragged France back from the dead, not once, but twice. There was nothing left but penalties, the cruelest possible way to decide the biggest game on earth. And this time, Argentina held their nerve. One by one, the spot kicks flew in, and when the last French penalty was missed, it was finally over. Lionel Messi sank to his knees. After 4 World Cups, after a lifetime of heartbreak, he had done it. He lifted the trophy he had chased his entire life. And in that single moment, the debate was over. The story was complete. It was a final with 2 heroes, Messi completing football, and Mbappe scoring a hat-trick in a losing final, a heartbreak that crowned him the next king of the game. Drama, redemption, heartbreak, and pure greatness, all in one single night. That is why so many people call it the greatest final ever played. But here is the twist that makes 2026 so fascinating. Argentina are now the reigning champions, and champions arrive at the next World Cup carrying a heavy, terrifying history. Because for the last 20 years, defending champions have had a horrifying habit of crashing out in the group stage. France, Italy, Spain, Germany, all of them humiliated in the very first round. It even has a name, the Curse of the Champions. So the real question now is this: can Messi's Argentina break the curse, or will the champions fall all over again? I made an entire video on that curse, and why it keeps destroying the best teams on the planet. Go watch it next, it's right here. If you enjoyed falling down this rabbit hole, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.